So then we are back with more understandings from the Renewed Covenant, from the Aramaic English translation of the word. It is the closest you can ever get from the Hebraic understanding. And also another point very important speaking of, it is regarding the people when they are confronted with the many beliefs. Many areas and many people, they were involved with the many types of congregations and then denominations, and then a lot of misunderstanding takes place when the truth is not revealed. However, from the Aramaic you can understand then the services were then only the first and the second, and the time that we are living in, we are living in a time of deceit, but fortunately it is ending. And then any kind of a congregation that you are part of, you can begin to question the beliefs. The only true belief that we understand from the Aramaic or then from the Hebraic understanding is related with camps. The holy presence of the Creator is only encountered in each camp. Outside of the camp comes then the set apart Hebrew brothers, and they are endowed with the power from on high, from then the 7 spirits of Elohim, 7 functions, very simply. There is no truly complication in it whatsoever. We are simply ministered by those set apart Hebrew brothers from each camp, and then we read the Renewed Covenant. We only have our part related with the faith in the Messiah, and we have no part in having partnership with covenant with Abraham. The covenant with Abraham are kept only in the camps, and then the Torah, the prophets, and the writings are then maintained 100% in each camp. We outside have a much simpler lifestyle, and we visit the camp very often for further teaching, but then we read simply the Renewed Covenant. So it makes it simple and very practical. However, when you speak then with other people from other denominations, if you then sense that you are pushed or sense that you are cornered by religion, you can simply mention the Torah and the prophets and the writings are to be maintained by the set apart saved Hebrews in their camps. And then you get the forward motion every time, because this design came from the Creator in terms of then the Gentiles being shepherded. And then obviously you share then this information with other believers, with other people, so then we can come to the real Messiah and then be saved. Never again people should be deceived regarding what the service is. They came from the first service, from Moshe. They trained for more than 1,000 years. Then the Messiah came. He introduced the second service, and he brought the first anointing. And then we have Hebrews, and the Hebrews are then the updates of the first service, introducing the second service. And then later, then the Gentiles would gather around. This is what it means. It's plain and simple. But please stay tuned. Much more coming up after these, and we can go in details, because the situation is there is 90% of the Renewed Covenant lacking from the Creator Himself. And He explained in very many details what would be the future. And then because of the in part Greco-Roman translations and then the destruction that was placed upon many camps, then those areas were then misled. But we are then making sure that we are encouraging the Hebrew brothers, the saved Hebrew brothers, to return to their camps, so that we can resume what was then set apart during the time of Shaul regarding what then the service would be. Because the Hebrews, after being saved and receiving Ruach HaKodesh, the first natural situation is forming a camp. Please stay tuned, much more coming up.